Welcome. We're here tonight with one of the institutions that makes Milford special. Unless you're at a certain age, you probably don't think about the senior center that much. But as you get on, or you look at your parents, your grandparents, any of the seniors, I mean, basically, the people who built Milford, it really makes a big difference. Let's start with an introduction.
I'm Sue Clark. I'm the director of the Milford Senior Center.
Sue, how do you describe the senior center?
Well, it's busy. It's called the Senior Center because that's what it is, but it's really a community center. We have people of a lot of different ages coming. It's 60 or legally a senior. That's what we consider a senior. But honestly, we never turn anybody down. If somebody wants to come in and participate in one of our programs, that's just fine with us. We are very, very busy. We're not a convalescent home. We're very active. We have a full, and when I say full, we have a full fitness center. It seems that the philosophy of the senior center has changed over the years with the baby boomers coming into play. So now we have a lot of younger seniors that are visiting our center, and they necessarily may not want to do what some of the seniors wanted to do 10, 15 years ago. We have a nice group. We have the older seniors. I always say that we have 4 classes of seniors. We have the freshmen, the sophomores, the juniors, and the seniors. And the freshmen are the 60 to the 70, and then we have the 70 to the 80, and the 80 to the 90, and the 90 plus. And we have activities for all of them. So whatever you want to do, we're probably doing it down there. And if we're not, come and talk to us about it, and we'll see if we can make it happen. Very busy.
I mean, you think about the senior center. Well, it's just a bunch of old people that go down and play bingo.
Not anymore. We do have bingo twice a week, and our Wednesday afternoon bingo is starting to die down a little. I think a lot of the folks that do really enjoy playing bingo, I don't know, I kind of think
well, no, just the impression, you know, when you thought of your parents or your grandparents going to a senior center, you never thought of...
Bingo is a big activity. Let me just throw that out there. I mean, they take their game very seriously. They have their seat, and they have their little tchotchkes out, all their good luck things, and they're there to win. Make no mistake.
Seriously.
They're there to play, but they're there to win as well. And, you know, I think they have a really good time. We have a lot of great volunteers that make sure that the games go on. We have bingo on Sundays that's really busy now. But a lot of our seniors on the Wednesday, I don't know what's happening. I think some of them are getting too old to come out, especially in the winter. So they may not, like today, we might have had 25 people in the bingo room, where on a beautiful day, we might have 70. So depending upon what the weather is, but there's always so much fun going on. So
70 people?
Oh, yeah. When I first started, we would have 100 people in that bingo room every time we called bingo. And do not sit in their seat. They're very territorial. I mean, it's...
How do you know? Is it just after you've gone there enough, you know that Betty's seat is...
Oh, no, Betty tells you, you're in my seat.
No, really?
Absolutely. Yeah, so you don't sit in Betty's seat anymore. No. Yeah. So, but like I said, we try to make it very friendly. I think I'm blessed. I have the best staff, and I have the best volunteers. So we make it work. Whatever it takes to make it work, we make it work.
Now, I remember when you first came before the FinCom. I have to admit, I voted for it, but I was really skeptical when you said you want to put a fitness center, a Zumba, for senior citizens.
Yep.
I'm thinking, okay, I can barely Zumba. I don't know if I could Zumba.
I don't know.
But 70-year-olds and...
We have phenomenal fitness programs. And I have to do a shout out to Rebecca Trudeau, because she is my fitness director. And she really has done a fantastic job bringing different classes into the center. So yeah, back then I asked for $75,000, which everybody was crazy. That's so much money. What are we going to do with that? So we took one of the unfinished rooms and we finished it. And we put down a beautiful hardwood floor, which I got a lot of flack over. And we put all the mirrors on the walls, and we have a beautiful fitness studio. And now we have about 19 classes a week. Oh, we have Zumba. We have Pound. Pound is a class they do with like drumsticks. And they pound them up and they pound them down. They pound them on the floor. They make a lot of noise. And they wonderful, wonderful class. They love it. We have tap dancing. We have a class called Tap Fit, which is like an aerobics class with these special taps on your feet. So it just, again, a lot of fun. We have yoga. We have
Yoga.
Yoga. We have yoga.
They got me involved in a yoga class, and I quickly realized that the woman who was teaching it had a body that bent in ways that I don't think mine ever did.
No, mine doesn't either. But that's okay. You go to your limit. You do everything to your limit. We also, this is something new, Blue Cross and Blue Shield has come in. And right now they are providing 3 classes a week. So the seniors can attend 3 classes a week for free. And Blue Cross and Blue Shield is paying the instructor. We have a Zumba class, a Pound class, and a fall prevention class. So again, we have classes for everybody. If you want to sit in a chair and work out, we have a class for that. If you want to pound and make a lot of noise, we have a class for that. If you want to do yoga, first time I saw the new yoga instructor, I walked in and everybody's laying down on the floor and the lights were out, and I said, now this is for me. But you know what? It's a nice
exercise in your chair.
Yeah.
Then does
Definitely.
it count when I'm moving the remote?
No.
That's not enough exercise?
No. You can move your feet, you move your arms. You get a great workout. It doesn't matter how hard you're working out as long as you are working out. So we have all these really fun classes, and then we've been really lucky to get a lot of grant money to provide new fitness equipment. So we have a full gym, and we have all kinds of, we have treadmills and ellipticals. We have 2 seated ellipticals, a rower. We have really a full
A bicycle
gym.
built for 2?
We do. We have everything. And in addition to that, we had gotten a grant from the Metro West Health Foundation to provide trainers. So I have a trainer in the gym every single day from 8 to 1 that will develop an individual fitness plan for you.
Wow.
And that's all free. That's all free. Right now, it was a 3-year grant, so the grant has run out, so who knows, maybe we'll be going to the Finance Committee to see if we can get some more money to keep that going, but right now it's going. Busy, busy, busy place. The fitness center is probably right now my busiest activity at the center.
Wow.
Yeah.
A bicycle built for 2. I would like that. Can I be the guy that goes
Well,
row?
No, we don't have the bike for 2, but we have the rower, and we do have seated, bicycles that you can use. The seated elliptical is a really good one for seniors because you sit and you get to move your legs and you move your arms, and it's just a really comprehensive workout.
The only thing I don't know if I could get used to is the mirrors. I don't want anybody to be
Well,
looking at
that's
how
only in
rotund
the
I
fitness
am.
studio. In the gym, we don't have the
I was
mirrors.
going to say, because I'm round enough.
Nah,
I don't
that's
need
okay. That's the glory of working out at the senior center, because you're not in one of these high-class gyms that you have to have the fancy sneakers and you have to have the right clothes on, and you're being judged by what you look like. When you come to the senior center, you're doing your thing. Nobody cares what your sneakers look like. Nobody cares if your top doesn't match your bottoms. It's a different vibe.
Well, that's really cool, because I know that women-only gyms have come up, becoming more popular, because they don't want people judging them on what they look like, how, and you start thinking, at our age, come on.
Yeah.
We're not 20 years old
No.
anymore.
And we don't move as fast as these young kids. And
you got these
I
guys.
know you have all the muscles in place, but
yeah, but they don't work anymore. I may have them, they just don't work.
well, it's And I think the other glory of it is everybody's trying to help each other.
Yeah.
So, you don't feel the pressure of doing anything too much. I mean, and if you're struggling with something, someone's going to come over and help you, or you're going to feel better because the guy next to you isn't even doing it as well as you are. So you go out of there and you're feeling really good.
Well, part of the other thing is you're with people your own age.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got to admit, when you travel around, you go to these hotel fitness centers, and you got some 20-some-year-old there. I feel inadequate walking in the door.
Right.
And then they start doing and it's like, I don't think I could do that when I was your age.
Right.
And then what do you have in common to even talk about? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I do agree.
You go down to a place like the senior center, and let's face it, you're more like them. There's people like me there. They're not muscle bound and lifting 500 pounds and making the oog noises.
Yeah. There's a social aspect of it. There's a health aspect. It's a really very well comprehensive wellness program. We include everything into it. We have a nurse, compliments of the Board of Health. They've provided a nurse 2 days a week for us, which is just, it's phenomenal to be able to have somebody there in-house, making sure that the folks that are using the gym are either, if they're trying to make improvements, we can track their progress. Janet Accavelli is our nurse, and she does blood pressures, and she's just wonderful. She'll check all your meds for you. She'll let you know when it's time to go to the doctor. A lot of seniors, they don't want to go to the doctor because they're afraid if they go to the doctor, they're going to go to the hospital, then they're going to the nursing home.
And they're never coming home.
And they're never going home. And, Janet has a way of just explaining things to them where, it's time to go to the doctors, and you're not going to have to go to the hospital.
Well, I remember after the nuisance I ran into a year ago with the quadruple bypass.
Mm-hmm.
Afterwards, I went to the rehab facility at the hospital.
Right.
And as I walked in, I won't say their names because it's not fair to rat them out, but there were 3 or 4 people there I knew. And I just felt better that it was men and women that I already knew.
Mm-hmm.
It was more comfortable.
Oh, yeah. There's a whole social aspect to it. And, we have people, I get there pretty early in the morning, and I have folks that are already on the treadmills by the time I get there. And they check on each other. So if Joe didn't show up today, we're getting a phone call out to make sure why Joe didn't show up today.
Why aren't you here? It's 8 o'clock.
And it's not that, we want to make sure he's working out. We just want to make sure he's okay. So that's a whole nother aspect of it. We have a group of women that I don't know if they knew each other before coming to the center, but they're all hanging around together now, and they wait for each other, and they socialize with each other now. So not only are you getting a health benefit, but you're making friends, you're making acquaintances.
Well, I would imagine during the holidays especially, the psychological benefits, because too many people who are getting on in age, some are alone.
That's right. That's right.
And
they've lost their loved one and they feel alone, and it's hard to meet friends when you reach this age.
It would be scary if I didn't have my darling bride around.
Mm-hmm.
Who would yell at me? Who would pick on me? But I can't imagine. We've been together going on 40 years now. That's a scary
That's a really serious issue too, let me tell you, because we often come across a spouse losing their loved one, and we worry so much, how is this going to affect them? Because they come in as partners and they're together all the time. And I have found that, I'm sure it's not just because of the senior center, but because they're able to interact with others and they have that support that they have down there, that I'm sure their loss is greater than I can even imagine. But it's a place for them to go and not be alone.
Yeah, because, I don't know that I could start over again.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Everything I have revolves around my darling bride. You know, she's the one that keeps the family together. She's the one that, if she wasn't there,
Wow.
just-
You
now-
can come hang out with us at the
well,
senior
I'm
center.
saying, having a place where you could go.
Right.
I mean, not for the silliness of dating or, you know,
No.
you know, I mean,
no.
at my age now, that would be
It's just to be able
companionship, to be able to talk.
to people that are in the same ball game with you. You know, they still have the same philosophy you have, and they grew up in the same
Yeah.
era
I would
that
imagine,
you did.
especially for people who aren't technically Milfordians, you know, people who moved in here only 20 years ago. You know, we were joking the other day when somebody said, "What is a Milfordian?" I said, "Oh, that's simple. 3 generations,
That's right.
and you have to live within 2 miles of your mother. You can be many generations,
Right.
but if you don't live within a couple miles of your mother, you're not a true Milfordian."
Yeah, I think
But you
you're
know, you
right.
think about it, if people have their families away, you know, I've been blessed because my number one ungrateful offspring lives a mile away. So I get to see her and my
And your
grandchildren. I
grandchildren.
only get to see them 4 or 5 days a week, but it's enough, you know. If they had moved away and were in California somewhere and I got to see them once every 3 months,
I know. I'm the same way.
I mean, we ran into it when my dad passed away. Luckily, I'm married to a saint because she came home and said, "You know, you got to move your mother in
That's
with
right.
us." Old
No
Portuguese
questions.
mother,
That's right.
living alone. She'll be gone
That's
within
right.
a year. She'll just wither away. And sure enough, she moved into the house. Target radar lock. She saw my daughter. Bingo.
Yeah, yep.
She had somebody to dedicate herself
Yeah.
to again. You know, but you worry about the people whose kids, for whatever reasons, moved away. And they can only come once a week, once a month.
If they come.
If they, when my mother had her knees done, we were at the rehab facility. And there were people lined up in wheelchairs. And the nurses were telling me, some of them don't see family for
I know.
2-3 months at a time.
I know.
That
We
would
have the same thing at the center. We have a lot of, you know,
Yeah, but at least at the center, Sue, you give me a place that, if for whatever reason, my kids are in Novosibirsk, right? And they can only come home every 3-4 months. At least I can go down there every day and
absolutely.
talk to people.
Right. And if you don't come down, we're going to call you up just to check on you, just to make sure. I mean, that's a wonderful thing. Just to make, you know, just knowing that people are wondering why you're not there. I mean,
My mother
it's good for
loved
your
getting
soul.
that silly card from the senior center.
The
on her birthday card.
Yep.
It just, you could see her light up
Yep.
that somebody
It's
else,
the little things that really make a difference.
you know, it's amazing. So you have Zumba, you have exercise. Bingo's still there, but
We have bingo. We have knitting and sewing. We have watercolor. We have card games and board games and mahjong. And what else do we have so many things. We really do.
but now,
We have a new women's club that's going to meet once a month. We have a new social worker. We have Kim Constantine, who is fabulous.
a new
A new
woman.
New social
I
worker.
never understood, like you had the Milford Women's Club, and then you had the Milford Junior Women's Club. This is another one?
No, this is just a women's support group for the center. So, you know, we have a men's group, and they get together once a month, and we bring in a guest speaker, and it's great. And we've had most of the town officials come in. We have just people that, like we'll have Scott Crisafulli come in, and he'll talk about the highway department, and they love it because
Big trucks, big
they
toys.
get to ask the questions, and then they get the answers. So we decided to have a women's group as well. So Kim has created this group, and they've only met twice, but they've loved it. So it's something new. It's a group that the women can come in and talk about issues that are affecting them. And she can bring a guest speaker in to talk about things that they may be interested in.
See, that's got to be interesting because, you know, you think about it, if you're single, you still may want to socialize with another single man or woman.
Right.
You know, I can't imagine at my age going to a bar.
That's it. That's it in a nutshell. Where do people, and I'm going to say it, where do people our age go to meet other people? Or, we're the younger seniors. Where does a 75-year-old woman go to meet a friend? I'm not saying a boyfriend. I'm just saying to meet somebody to socialize with.
Yeah, forget, are they getting together at that? Who cares?
No,
at
that's
our age,
not it. It's companionship.
it's no longer when you were 20 and 30 and it was all about hooking up. Okay, we're kind of...
I don't know. Those seniors.
But I mean, if you just want to go down, I can't imagine going to a bar and meeting a 30-year-old, somebody my daughter's age. What would I have in common to talk to them about? I can see going to a senior center where you can talk to somebody that is 60, that's lived their life, that maybe has traveled like I have or hasn't.
Right.
And just being able to talk.
Right. To share those memories with somebody. I think we should stop calling it a senior center because I think that gives it some kind of stigma. It's really not a senior. It's a community center. It's a place to gather. A couple of years ago, our newsletter was called the Elder Milfordian. And I just couldn't. I mean, the Elder Milfordian. I'm a senior, but I don't consider myself an elder Milfordian. So we tossed around a bunch of names, and we finally came up with what's next at 60 North Bow Street.
Yeah.
Because it took that senior out of it, and it's just...
Well, think about the Geriatric Authority.
They changed their name.
They had to change their name
because,
Medicare, Medicaid doesn't pay them enough to provide the level of care we want for our loved ones. Where they survive is private care when, like, my mom had her knees redone for the rehab. But a lot of people said, oh, I'm not old enough to go to a geriatric center.
The name scared them away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now it's countryside.
Right.
Oh, that's a nice place. The sign is different, guys. The quality and the love, and it's always been there.
Right. I think that's exactly the same thing with the senior center. I think people associate the name of it with, oh, that's where my grandmother would go. That's not where I want to go.
Well, like I say, senior center, bingo.
Yeah.
You never think senior center, Zumba, and drumsticking, and it just. But so many of the people who built Milford, that we're here because of what they sacrificed 40 years ago, don't have the resources. I mean, I wish every senior had enough money to go wherever they wanted. But he started talking about the rehab. The hospital's fine as long as you got an insurance. But a lot of people are living on $1,500–1,800 a month. Them throwing out $30–40 a visit just may not be possible.
They can bring, if somebody's going through physical therapy, and you get so many visits, and then you don't.
You're done.
You can take your workout and bring it to one of my trainers. They're all certified trainers, and they will hook you up with our machines, and they will put you on the same plan, and they will supervise you. So that is a free service. So
see, that to me is what I love about the Milford Community Center, the senior center, in that you don't have to be wealthy.
No.
You don't have to say, I need at least X dollars every week so I can play or go exercise. If you're from Milford...
Oh, you can come in and do just about anything. You can, And, you also have to remember that when you do come into the center, even if we're charging something for like a luncheon or a ride on the van or any of that, they're donations. You don't have to pay it. If you can't afford it, don't pay it. The money that we collect, it goes into the Friends of the Milford Senior Center, and that's how we pay for our activities. But if somebody can't afford to do something, we would never turn them away.
But even the people who can, a bus ride. Okay.
$3.
I was going to say $20.
$3.
No, $3.
$3.
So it's a cup of coffee.
But for some, it's a lot of money, and
No,
they can't afford it.
And the people who can't afford it,
It's nothing.
they pay zero.
That's right.
And
Without question.
And that's the way
Without
Milford's always
question.
been.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember in the schools,
Yep.
we went on Washington trips, but anybody who couldn't afford it,
Yep.
you didn't try and dollar shame them. You
No.
just,
No.
if they bleed Milford red, they're welcome.
Maybe I shouldn't say this, but we don't even care if you don't bleed Milford red. We welcome everybody into the center. We have folks from a lot of other towns because we do have a wonderful center. And I'm sure all the other towns have really good centers as well. But I think we may offer just a few more services than some of them. So if they need a service, we have the Shine office. I mean, how lucky
Wow.
are we to have the regional Shine office in our senior center? That attracts people from the whole area, the whole region. So we have folks from everywhere. It was, we do have an annual luncheon. It's Louie Piazza's chicken dinner.
All you got to do is say it's Louie
Louie
Piazza's.
Piazza's
You're going to
chicken
get
dinner
salad, chicken,
and potatoes.
Yes.
We have now, for 2 years now, we've had 3 tables. So that's 24 people from the Sutton Senior Center coming down for that chicken dinner because it's a really good dinner and it's a really good time.
But see, things like Louie Piazza's dinner. We were joking because we were just at the ALS fundraiser at the Hoboken Club. And Louie showed up and I said, okay, I know what I'm having.
Chicken.
Chicken, potatoes, salad.
Delicious.
And anybody who goes home hungry from a Louie Piazza dinner, it's because they wanted to.
Right.
I've never seen the plates go empty.
Right.
And it's so dang reasonable. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you're not paying $30, $40.
No. And it's delicious.
It always is.
It's always delicious.
Plus, Louie's always right there watching. You can just see him, the pride he takes. He's making sure that the bowls don't go empty or that something doesn't get goofy. So, it's kind of like an Oliva's porchetta.
That's right.
You know, old Milfordians, if you say Oliva's porchetta, you don't have to describe it.
No.
You know, Louie Piazza dinner, I'm not going to go there and not see the ziti, the salad, the chicken, and the potatoes.
Right. That's
It's always going to
exactly
be, you know. I've never gone where Louie's not served it or not served it wonderfully. So having that and having visitors from other towns, I mean, I would be concerned if we were doing programs mainly for out-of-towners with Milford money.
No.
But if we help some other seniors along the way of taking care of ours,
No.
kind of like the special
I
needs.
kind of take it as a compliment that
Oh, yeah.
they've come to visit our center. And it's not at our expense. They pay their own way, and it's
But you know-
wonderful. We're not excluding somebody from our town to
Right.
let somebody
That
from
would be-
another town come in. We're welcoming them in as well. I mean, I always say our doors are opened.
And shame on us if we can't open up a little bit, as long as we have room for Milford
Oh,
people.
absolutely. They're our priority.
As
Always
long as
our
there's enough
priority.
room, but if there's an extra table or two,
We'll make room for everybody.
why would we feel bad that we're helping seniors
don't.
from other towns?
It's a
I think
compliment.
it's a great thing.
It's a compliment.
Yeah.
If they're going to travel to Milford to visit our center, I'm thrilled.
Yeah, and they are coming because most towns have some kind of senior center.
Yeah.
Now, before we had this senior center, I could say we probably
They
weren't
weren't traveling.
we weren't as much of a draw.
No, they weren't traveling to go to the one-room school
I was going to
on
say,
Winter Street, no. And do you remember when we were going to build this center? All the controversy going around. Why did we need this Taj Mahal? That was the big phrase. Why did you need 72 parking spaces?
it'll never be filled. You'll never get people there.
We are full. We could expand if we could.
But you know, we've been blessed that the people who run the departments in Milford, you included, really do work with the financial folks. You know, every year you hear a town that this department's fighting the selectmen or fighting the FinCom. We have our fights in private, but at the end of the day, I've never seen town meeting And they're the heroes in my mind. It's 200 people who somehow disagree, agree, but come together, you know, for what's best for Milford.
Democracy. It's a wonderful thing.
You know, we got a great senior center. We got a great center for the youths.
Yep, we do.
You know,
Jen's doing a great job.
same level of care for our
exactly.
youth.
Exactly.
It's hard to explain to people how much you get as a Milfordian.
I think the other thing, Al, is we're so lucky that all of us, all the departments, I mean, I have found that, say, we just had our Thanksgiving dinner, and I reached out to all the department heads and all the town officials, and they came and they served that meal, and they love doing it. They've been doing it forever. It's wonderful to see all the different department heads get together and take time out of their busy day to come down to the senior center and wait on tables. I mean, and they love doing it. They don't forget to invite us next year. I mean, they truly love doing it.
Explain to me why somebody would come to a Thanksgiving dinner at the senior center.
Well, first of all, it's one of the most delicious dinners you're going to have because I have a phenomenal volunteer chef, Brenda Needleman. She's a very good chef, and she spends a lot of time preparing those turkeys. Everything is homemade. Everything is homemade. The turkeys were donated by E.L. Harvey this year.
Oh.
Yep. And it's just delicious. And you know, going back to what we were saying before, that may be the only turkey dinner that somebody's going to get, because if you're alone and you don't have family to spend the holiday with,
Yeah, you're not going to cook a whole
you're not going to cook a turkey for yourself. So having that meal is really a big thing for a lot of our seniors.
But
We had
even
160
even
people
if you
in the
made a
room.
turkey dinner, it can't be the same eating it by yourself
No, absolutely not.
as going down to
No.
a room. How many people do you get for Thanksgiving?
We had 160 people in the room.
Holy moly.
Yeah, and we had Trooper Dan Clark entertain us, who is phenomenal. They love him. It was just a great day. And to see, you know, the highway commissioner and the town administrator and the assessor and all of the department heads come together and bring you the meal is just,
So
it
Scotty didn't
says a
try and
lot.
bring it in on a truck?
No, I got to tell you, Scott is one of our biggest heroes. He does whatever he can for the seniors. He's there. I got to tell you one more thing. We're building a gazebo in our patio, and Lowe's has donated all the material. In BVT, Blackstone Valley, they're building it for us. And the highway department came in and they cleared our site. They poured our concrete pad. So all of this work is being done, and it's not going to cost the town anything because we have had all these groups come in and put it together for us. So we are just so grateful. I can't tell you how grateful I am
See,
for everybody.
something like that, when Dr. Fitz comes and needs more money for his budget or whatever, we're all going to remember
Absolutely.
that he took care of my grandmother, Joe's grandfather, Sarah's mother,
Yep,
making them a gazebo.
right.
And you know, when you think about, do I drive to Bellingham, not Milford, to Home Depot, or do I go to Lowe's in Milford, who donates
Exactly.
to Milford?
Right.
I mean, when I hear stuff like that, if I'm coming north, I'm still going to bypass
Going
Home
to
Depot,
Lowe's,
and I'm
right.
going to go to Lowe's.
Well, they've been a great partnership with us. They have just, everybody's so good to us. That's all I can say. We're very lucky.
Yeah, but we're all going to end up there. You think about
It's
it.
all right. Hopefully we'll still be there.
Now, financially, I want to go to a Thanksgiving dinner. Can I afford it?
Well, if you can't, you can go anyway. It's $10. If you don't
So
have
the
$10,
full price for a Thanksgiving meal is $10.
$10. But if you don't have it, you don't have to pay it.
You can't beat that with a stick.
No. And I do have people that can't afford it, and they don't pay. And that's fine.
But I mean,
And nobody needs to know that.
that's the point.
Nobody needs to know that.
When the kids wanted to go on the Washington trip at Middle School East, we never let anybody. You didn't get a green ticket if you paid and a red ticket if you didn't. You're Milford.
Right. It doesn't matter.
But $10, boy, that's fantastic.
And that's our highest. Like tomorrow, we're having a holiday dinner, and I have 100 people signed up for it, and that's going to be sponsored by Milford Regional. They are another great partner with us. They come in, they use our gym 4 nights a week, they use our fitness facility, and they provide 6 luncheons a year for us.
Wow.
It's such, living in a small town is a wonderful thing.
But see, again, it's great to hear that Uncle Ed Kelly, used to be Uncle Phil, now he's retired. We're going to meet the new president of the Physicians Group soon on this show. But that kind of tradition really feels, and let's face it, Ed's always hurting for money, trying to raise money to keep the services.
Yep.
The fact that he can kick back a little.
He does kick back. We're so grateful for the hospital. So tomorrow is going to be, there's 100 people signed up and it's free.
Now, tomorrow, we can't say Christmas. We have a holiday.
We have a holiday dinner and a Yankee swap, which is really funny.
I still can't get over this. I can say Christmas.
You can say anything you want.
Right? As long as we're talking, as long as you can say Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you want.
Whatever you want to celebrate.
Celebrate Eid after Ramadan. As long as who's ever in Milford can celebrate what they feel,
right,
then I'm going to feel good and I'm going to say Merry Christmas.
Yes, you can.
So what would it cost me if I want to go to a Christmas dinner? I'm home alone.
Well, tomorrow, this one's free. This one's free.
Well, that's hard to
And
beat.
it's homemade macaroni and meatballs. Everything's homemade. Everything's fresh. Everything's delicious. You can't beat that.
Homemade macaroni and meatball. You're in the right side of town for macaroni and meatballs.
We rolled 420 meatballs yesterday.
Oh my God.
I know. So there's plenty of food. Plenty of food. And the other thing, when we have food left over, we package it up and we send it home with them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'm not sure the Board of Health would like that.
Well, I don't know.
Whatever.
I was going to say, Paul, close your ears.
Yeah. No, but we're good. We're good like that.
I mean, the good news is
Can't throw it away.
most of the Board of Health, except for Paul,
Is there.
are there. I was going to say, they were already at the senior center.
Yeah, we do our best. We really do.
Oh, but that's fantastic.
Now on New Year's Day, no, New Year's Eve, we count down at noontime.
Really?
Yeah, so we have hors d'oeuvres. We have a nice brunch, not brunch, we have hors d'oeuvres. Bobby DeVita and his crew will come in and prepare all of that for us. And then we have the sparkling cider at noontime. And then it's a wonderful time to celebrate because some of these folks can't stay up until midnight to watch the ball drop. So we let our ball drop at noon.
Sue, when you say some of these folks, it's getting harder and harder for me to wait.
I haven't seen the ball drop in a very
I was
long
going to
time.
say, Sharon and I we're with the kids, and the young ones fall off early, and then we're like, okay, how badly do we want to really stay up?
Right.
The days of 1, 2 in the morning dancing.
No, but dancing from 10 to 12 is a lot of fun in the morning. So we have a DJ and we have dancing and we have all of that.
But that's wonderful because you get to celebrate New Year's.
Yeah.
In a way, if I could say it politely, that's age appropriate.
Totally age appropriate.
When we were young, you could go to the Portuguese club and you'd wait till midnight and have the dinner, but that wasn't inexpensive either.
Nope.
It was wonderful value with the lobster, but a lot of people can't afford $50.
No. This will be $5.
Oh, gee.
If you can afford it.
If you can afford it,
right.
$5.
Right.
Now, we had talked about a bus service.
Yep.
Bus keep him busy?
Well, the senior van is always busy. Our senior van is on the road every single day, 7 hours a day, and Bob is very busy taking people to and from the doctors, errands, back and forth to the senior center, whatever, wherever they need to go. If we can fit them in, we will. Medical appointments are our priority. So sometimes people need to go to the supermarket. We can't fit them in because we have to take somebody to the doctor first. So we do our best, but my suggestion
Yeah, but
is...
my shopping spree, sorry to interrupt, can wait a few hours or a day.
Yeah, sometimes.
You know, versus a doctor's
Right.
appointment.
It would be nice if we had the luxury of, you know, going to the supermarket on Wednesdays, and he was able to pick everybody up and take them to the store on Wednesday or Tuesday or whatever. But, you know, having the one van, we just have to
If it's
schedule
that
what we
busy,
can.
Can't you go to Uncle Rick and say, maybe we could get a second van?
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, the town bus has its purpose, and
It does.
you know, if
It
I
does.
see a lot of kids, I remember they were unfair when my ungrateful offspring brought in all the special needs kids.
Oh, I thought it was
to-
great.
Oh yeah,
It was
but
great.
how could you even have a discussion
You couldn't. You
when
couldn't.
these kids said how important it
Right.
was to them?
And it is.
And
It's
you
vital.
just sat there and said, okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we kid around saying you can't vote against the senior center because you're voting against your mother.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly it.
You know, I don't
Right.
want to, God rest her soul, I don't want to get home when my mother was around and tell her that I'm not voting to support something at the senior center that she loves.
Right.
Yeah, my dinner would be cold that night.
Yes, it would.
You know, but it was the same thing. I mean, the bus service has its place.
It absolutely has a
But
place.
the senior van just seems like it is critical because my mom could not, you know, when she was 90 years old, she could not walk 2 miles
Right.
to get to the bus. But the van would come right there, pick her up.
The town van, the Metro West van bus, it stops at all of the elderly housing complexes, which is a great asset for them because then they don't have to depend on the senior van to take them places. If they want to go to the store, they can hop on. If they want to come to the center, they can hop on the bus and come. The only thing is they have to wait for it to come back.
Right.
But you know what? Who cares?
The good news is by the time I get to that age, I'm not running to a meeting
Right.
or the office
Right.
at 9:05. So if it takes a few extra
Yep.
minutes,
Right. And we provide a nice warm place for them to be, and I'm sure the supermarkets do as well. So the Metro West van certainly has a place in town, and the numbers are increasing all the time. So that was a really good service.
well, I mean, think about when we had that one room in the school. And they said, well, the most you get is 10, 15 people.
Why do we need 72 parking places?
Right. You're never going to get more than a dozen people. Well, you can't fit them in the room.
You can't find a parking spot in that parking lot. Any day of the week, we are filled. Cars on both sides of the roads. I mean, I love a full parking lot. To me, that means success.
Absolutely. It's just more and more, you know, it's going to get to the point someday when somebody starts saying, why didn't you build it bigger?
I think we're there. We have one more room. I'll be coming.
I was going to say, I
I'll
thought
be
there was
coming.
still one unfinished room.
There is, and I'll be coming for it.
What do you do in the new room?
Right now, if you ask me that today, I'm going to say fitness.
Just expand the fitness.
I think that's where we're headed.
Well, that's fantastic because not only does it give pleasure, it actually helps their health.
It's a benefit. Our wellness program, you know, I hate to call it a fitness program all the time because it's so much more comprehensive. We do programs on nutrition. We do programs on every aspect of wellness, and it's not just working out. There's so many different things that go along with it. Taking care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. And we have programs for all of those things. So it really does. you know, even if we opened up whatever, you know, other meeting rooms, so we could, the building is full every single day. The building is full.
How many people do you get a day, roundabout?
I will, on an average day, like with just normal activities going on, I could probably say 100, 150.
Wow.
Yeah, coming in and out, absolutely, absolutely. Meals on Wheels delivers 100 meals a day. And all of those meals are delivered from the senior center. They're brought in, prepared, but they are packaged and delivered from the center.
Okay, help me understand that. Meals on Wheels.
Meals on Wheels is a service provided by Tri-Valley Elder Services. And so they're the, again, one of our partners. So we allow them to come in and use our kitchen, and they package up all the meals. And then we have drivers that come in, take the meals, and deliver them.
So it's to shut-ins or?
Yes, yes. And if they knock on your door and you don't answer, we have, they'll do wellness checks.
Wellness check?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's wonderful. I mean, there's so much stuff going on at the center. I can't even tell you all the benefits that we have down
Now,
there.
the people who come to the center, do they get meals not on wheels?
They can. They can get a congregate meal. Again, $3 if you can afford it.
If you can afford it.
But if you can't, they'll never turn you down.
But again, $3, all of a sudden, I go there, I've got a chance to have a meal.
Have a meal and
you
sit
know,
with somebody.
for a cup of coffee, the price of a cup of coffee,
Right.
or not.
Mhm.
And
Coffee's free.
no, but I mean, you know, I go and I got my coffee and I spent almost $3
Mhm.
on my coffee.
Mhm. Ours aren't quite that big, but, and they don't smell that good, but nevertheless.
But realistically, it's wonderful
Mhm.
that I keep hearing it doesn't matter if you can afford it.
No,
You paid your dues, you built Milford.
absolutely.
You know, now it's our turn to carry the heavy water
Right.
and take care of you. So we have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas or holiday, we have New Year's.
New Year's. Then there's Valentine's Day.
Aw,
Valentine's Day, we have, let's see, Valentine's Day, we have a tea party.
a tea party.
No, we have a brunch. I take Mother's Day, we have a tea party. Valentine's Day, we have a brunch. And that's always a good, very nice meal prepared, usually by my staff and I. Mother's Day is a really good one. That's when we have our tea party. And we have BVT again come in with the food. So the kids are making the little tea sandwiches and all the little pastries. They come in, they take over my kitchen, they plate everything, and then they serve it. And then after they're serving, we usually have the Tri-County in Franklin, the trade school. We have their cosmetology class come in, and they do free manicures for the ladies. And we have a masseuse come in and do a little chair massage. So it's like a spa day. We have a Mary Kay lady come in and do makeovers. So it's really fun. It's a really, really fun day for Mother's Day.
Okay, what happens on Father's Day?
You know what, Al? We tried Father's Day and nobody signed up.
You're kidding.
Nope.
Because my family at first said, we're going down for pedicures.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to come? And I'm like, I don't think so.
No.
I went down once.
It's nice.
It was nice.
It was really nice.
I mean, if they had said, do you want a foot and leg massage?
Yeah.
I would have thought, you know, different, like senior center. Nah. Community center. Oh. So now all of a sudden, it's strange. The four of us go down.
Yeah.
And all four of us together.
Yep.
And I'm getting a nice foot massage.
It's wonderful.
I do without the painting of the toes.
Yeah, you don't have to get the polish.
No, I don't need the polish, but I like the foot massage.
Yes. Yes.
So, you know, it's kind of funny. Poor Father's Day. Nobody comes for
We have
Father's
St.
Day.
Patrick's Day, corned beef and cabbage. That's another
Really?
160 folks come for that.
Cabbage?
Corned beef and cabbage, homemade, fresh, delicious.
I believe it's good, but the cabbage,
Delish.
I can't say I'm a big fan of cabbage.
Well, there.
I'm getting better.
Yeah.
I mean, when I grew up, my Portuguese home,
I know.
it was,
Cabbage
if
is
it's
a big
green,
thing.
it isn't
Yeah.
ripe yet.
No, but cabbage was
But
big
now
for-
all of a sudden,
Yeah.
my darling bride is forcing me to eat more
Good
green
for you.
things. That's what she keeps saying. And
Yeah.
I mean, now all of a sudden I can eat a salad and enjoy it.
A lot of salad.
I'll work on cabbage. And what happens during the summer?
We have cookouts, we have cook-ins, we have, we try to have a special event every month. We have a breakfast every month, we have a luncheon every month, and we try to do at least one special event. So in the summer, Blair House is another one of our partners. They come and do a free cookout for us, and they usually do it on bingo.
When my mother started getting dementia, we couldn't leave her home alone.
Mm-hmm.
And Maureen Guido, and what a great staff up there.
Yep.
They had grandma daycare.
Yep.
So we drop her off at 8.
Yeah.
She'd be
Adult
home.
day. Yeah. It's wonderful.
Adult day. We
Adult
called
day.
it grandma
Yeah.
daycare, but I guess that's sexist, so it's
Yeah.
adult day.
Adult daycare. They do a great job. They really do. I got to say, Cornerstone, they just provided over 200 stockings stuffed with useful things for the seniors, stamps, activity books, mittens, socks, toiletries, toothbrushes, snacks. They had, I don't know how many donors donate all of these supplies. They let their residents put these stockings together, and they delivered 240 of them to us, and we're passing them out to all our seniors, anybody that needs them, anybody that wants them. I can't tell you the support we get from this town.
Make sure Bobby DeVita gets a stocking, because he's definitely a senior. He'll get mad at me for that.
That's
but
all right, not Bobby. He's a great guy. He helps us do whatever.
class person.
He really is. He
and
was
his-
he was
he and his wife.
instrumental
He and his wife both.
in getting us that
Good,
gazebo.
good Milford people.
Yeah. Dolores worked at the senior center for what, 17 years.
Yeah.
She was there today helping me.
Cool.
Even though she's retired, she's still hanging in with
Yeah,
us.
but she's such a wonderful.
Yeah.
I love her.
She's great.
always smiling.
I have the best staff ever.
And I
call it
always
my
accused her
team.
of being a very bad young lady because she got Bobby as penance.
Ah,
I said she must have done something bad because then they gave her Bobby for the
yeah,
rest of her
no,
life.
No, they're a great couple.
But that's the whole thing. It's Milford.
Mm-hmm.
You start thinking about everything that we can do. And it's scary because at 63, I'm there.
You're there. You have arrived, my friend.
Yes.
At 60, you arrived.
Well, the worst thing was I got home and it was when we realized 40 years had gone by. I said, Sharon, do you remember when we were young and we thought of the cute couples that were married 40, 50 years and walking together? Yeah, she immediately looked at me and says, I'm not old, you are. And I put it in right quick perspective that way.
That's right.
But God bless you and the staff down there because we talk about all the Zumbas, the bingos, the meals, but also you have the Shine program to make sure that they understand what benefits they can not just get, but that they've earned their whole life. This is, in my mind, we're not giving them anything. We're just paying them back.
Navigating the healthcare system is very difficult. So we are very grateful for the Shine folks.
And it's a tribute to you that of all the towns around us, they picked Milford to have the regional office.
Yeah. Well, that was actually, I'm not going to take credit. That was there before me. So.
But it's a credit to the senior
It is a
center,
credit
Ruth
to
and
us.
all the
Yes.
people that,
Absolutely.
you're standing on her shoulders.
That's right. Absolutely.
And someday somebody will stand on yours.
And again, another great partnership with the Shine office.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And to everybody, especially if you're as old as me, go down and learn about the community center that we call the senior center. Because as you can see, it's not just bingo. It's not just programs for the elderly. There's a world down there. And especially if you're not blessed like some of us are to have our families close and still involved with us, I can't tell you how grateful I am, how blessed I feel to have my ungrateful offspring always with me, to have my darling bride always there. For people who don't have that luxury, go down and meet people. Go down and enjoy yourself in all sorts of ways.
Absolutely.
So thank you for joining us. Hopefully we've given you a glimpse into this year's Senior Center, Community Center. And as always, to our 6 loyal viewers, 5 at the Senior Center, I've been told, may God bless and may tomorrow be a better night than tonight. Thank you.
Not too long since I've been home. Been running all my life just searching for my soul.